Hey everybody, welcome to Socko's Tech Spot. In my last video, I showed you how you can take a Raspberry Pi and turn it into your own Pi-Hole DNS to block a majority of ads on your entire network. I had a few questions come up for how you can block more ads, specifically YouTube ads, and in this video, I'm going to show you how. This is not going to be a permanent solution, nor is it a guarantee that ads will be blocked, but there is really no 100% ad blocking for this, so you're going to need to update your block list every so often to try to fight against the YouTube machine. Assuming that you have already set up your Raspberry Pi as a Pi-hole and you have it up and running, this is going to show you how you can make your list a little better and try to target more ads so you can block them. Alright, so before you start adding every single thing to your blacklist, I should let you know that this has potential to break some web applications. There might be a domain on here that you inadvertently are using that's running on the back end. Now, because you're blocking that, there's a chance that the web application that relies on that domain will also be blocked, therefore making that web application useless to you. Now, I've run into this, and it is something that could happen to you as well. If that is the case, you can go into your query log over here, and you can see what the most recent domain that was blocked was, and you can kind of identify which one you want to allow. So if you do see something in here that shouldn't have been blocked, well, let me make this list longer. So if we're scrolling down here and we saw that we got something here that was blocked, appmeasurement.com. So let's say that our web application relies on this and we want to still be able to use that web application. Well, we're going to have to whitelist this particular domain. So you can go ahead and you can click this whitelist button, and then it will start passing this domain through the DNS. Now that's if something starts breaking. It doesn't necessarily have to completely break. It could start acting funny. It could be giving you some sort of error messages. Point being, the more things you're blocking, the higher of a chance there is for something to not work. So keep that in mind as you're adding domains to your blacklist. Alright, so here I am. I'm in my Pi-Hole DNS, and I'm going to go over here to my blacklist. And as you can see, I already have a number of things that are being blocked. Now, this is all stuff that I found online. What you're seeing here is what's called Regex, which is regular expressions, which basically just looks for patterns, in our case, a domain, and it's going to see which patterns match to the domains that we're hitting, and it will block those domains. So it's very complex. It's not really worth learning fully unless you want to create your own regex for any particular reason, and you can find a bunch of tutorials online and guides for that. But if you can look into kind of an overview, we can see a couple of keywords. Namely, we have ad over here, adse, telemetry, admin, and it goes on. As you can see, this is trying to target as much of these domains as possible because they do vary and they come in different combinations. So that's what's going on here. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep adding to this block list until we have a good coverage for blocking the ads. So I'm going to have a list in the description as well as a couple of URLs with more regex that you can add to this, but I'm going to show you really quick how you can add more to your blacklist. Now, like I said, this is not going to be a guaranteed solution, but we're going to definitely try to make it happen. Now, these lists can get really long, and there is a way to run a script to populate the blacklist, but that's a little more complex. You're going to have to install something on the Raspberry Pi via the command line, and we're going to avoid that. We're going to do it the tedious way by just going up here, going to the regex filter. So make sure you're in the regex filter. And then we're going to start adding regex here. And you can leave a comment if you want to specify what we're blocking, but there really is no need for that. We're just going to add regex. I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste, and here's one. Namely, we're directing Yahoo, or directing towards Yahoo ads. So we're going to add that to our block list. And you can see I got a success message right there, so we know that it's successfully added. And if we look down here, we see it is now on the list. So Yahoo ads are now being blocked. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do the next one. And then now we have that one. We got a success message, and there it is, secure.footprint.net. And here's another one. This one's from match.com. There it goes. And we're just going to keep going down the list, copy pasting as we go. Make sure there's no spaces in the front. You know, you want to make sure you got a nice a clean regex being added. You do not want to remove any characters. You don't want to add any characters unless you really know what you're doing. But I just have a list here that I am running through. Just going to copy and paste and add to the blacklist. So how do you know if this works? Well, you go to a YouTube video, you go to your popular YouTuber that you like to watch, I don't know, maybe Sako's TechSpot, and an ad starts playing before the video even starts. Well, then you know you missed something. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna come back, go to the query log, and you're gonna try to recreate that. So you're gonna refresh the video or go to a different video or just try to trigger another advertisement to play, and you're gonna keep an eye on your query log. As soon as the video plays or the ad plays, hit the refresh button and then see what was blocked in that point of time. And that's when you're gonna know what to blacklist. So you're just gonna come over here and hit the blacklist button, and you're gonna automatically blacklist that domain. And that's pretty much it. You're gonna notice that as you add more things to your blacklist, if we go back to our dashboard, you're gonna see the percent blocked start going up as it sees more things that it needs to block. Over time, you're gonna start recognizing what you wanna block, what you wanna whitelist, and you're just gonna have to maintain this. Now, YouTube and all these other big ad services, they're gonna continue buying domains and with new domain names, and the cycle is gonna continue on. What works now might not work in a month, might not even work tomorrow. But the point being is you want to constantly maintain a block list, and I'm going to leave some links in the description, and you can follow those links, and those people are pretty avid about updating their regex, so that way you have the most up-to-date regex, up-to-date lists, and that way you have less of a chance to see an ad in the future. I hope this video was helpful. If you have not watched my previous video on how you can make your own Raspberry Pi Hole DNS, then go ahead and check that out. I'll have a link somewhere here, and make sure to check me out at these other spots. Make sure to subscribe so you catch my future videos that can make you more tech literate and help you take control of your own technology. Give me a thumbs up if this was helpful. Leave a comment if you want more info. I'll do my best to help you, and much love, guys. See you in the next one.